Hello, Stacey from the Girls Network. Thank you for agreeing to do an interview about your work. The purpose is to help inspire young people, and it may even focus on your job, and your job might inspire some others to help other people in the future. And it's also to celebrate the great work of great people in the Northeast that help make it a great place to live. I've not heard of the Girls Network before. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, so we're a national charity, originally started by two teachers in London. However, we're now in 8 regions across the UK, one of which is the Northeast, and I'm the network manager for the Northeast area. Kind of to sum it up a little bit, our mission is to inspire and empower girls from the least advantaged communities by connecting them with a mentor and a network of professional female role models. So that's kind of the general gist of it, but it ends up being a lot more than that. And we do it via one-on-one mentorship. So we have a range of girls from different schools across the area, and they would be matched with a local inspirational woman who lives and works in the Northeast. And the idea really is to show these girls the opportunities that are available to them, but something that I'm very passionate about is showing them opportunities that are available here in the Northeast, so they don't have to move away to be successful. And we have lots of wonderful women in the region, and it's giving them an opportunity to show what they've achieved, and show the girls that they can do that too.
That's fantastic. What's important? I know it's an obvious question, but what's important about focusing on girls and their achievement program?
We get asked this a lot. So obviously everybody can benefit from a mentor at any age, boys and girls, definitely. It's something that's really powerful. The reason that we specifically look at these girls is you hear a lot about girls performing very well at GCSE versus boys, but they tend to do less with it. So girls from the least advantaged communities are less likely to carry on to higher education, and they're less likely to be economically active, so to go into the workforce. And it's those girls that we specifically want to target. They have the ability, they just don't necessarily have those influences in their everyday lives that show them what they can do with those abilities. So that is why we're targeting those girls specifically.
Great. So what's your background, and how did you get into this work, and what's really important to you about it?
So I've done a variety of jobs. I was very lucky in that I had inspirational women when I was younger, so it's never really been in my head to think that I can't do what I want to do. But the older you get and the more you interact with people, you realise that that's not the case for everybody. I originally started out as a mentor for the Girls Network when I worked at Tesco Bank. The network approached Tesco and said, would you like to be involved with the programme? And I put myself forward to be one of the mentors, and it was such a rewarding experience. You spend kind of 12 months getting to know a young teenage girl, and all of the pressures that are on in her life, and everything that she has to face. But what I didn't expect from the whole experience was how much it would benefit me. So when you're trying to help a girl understand her skills and experience and what she has to offer, you kind of automatically have to assess your own. And it made me realise just how much I have achieved, and how beneficial having those influential women in my life really was. And then after I left Tesco, I've been involved with charity work for years. I went to work as a fundraiser. Unfortunately, due to COVID, got made redundant. But very luckily, the position for network manager at the Girls Network came up, and here I am, which is just absolutely fantastic.
So that's absolutely wonderful. Can you explain how the process works from finding people and helping them?
So we work with girls aged 14 to 19. We work with local schools and colleges to identify girls who would benefit from the programme the most. Yeah. We then recruit volunteer mentors from the area. That can be from businesses, people can approach us as individuals. We have a vetting process. So, for example, one of the main requirements is that each mentor's got a minimum of 3 years work experience. And then each mentor is invited to quite a robust training session. We talk about safeguarding and common scenarios, the commitment that's involved. And then each of our mentors are enhanced DBS checked as well. So we're really making sure that these are the right people to bring into these girls' lives. Yeah. We then have these fabulous matching events where, based on career interests, personality types, hobbies, we would match a mentor with her mentee, and then the relationship begins from there. The girls get a lot of training as well. At the end of the day, it's a professional relationship, and we like to, the processes themselves lend to new experiences for the girls as well. And I always say, just the fact that a girl's put herself forward to be on the programme is already an achievement. It's very brave to put yourself forward, and it's the same as for a mentor as well. The mentors are just as nervous as the mentees when they first start, and it really is, it's a wonderful relationship to be able to facilitate.
That's great. Can you describe some of the successes you've had?
Yes, so, well, across the charity, the successes have been phenomenal. We've had girls go on to Russell Group universities. A lot of our girls become ambassadors for the programme, and we're just starting to see now some of our girls come back as mentors, which is phenomenal, going full circle. Right. Girls have had opportunities to go to different workplaces. They've met, professionals they never would have normally. Some of them have spoken at huge events, which is all wonderful. But I think for me personally, my mentee that I had, she was quite quiet when I first met her. She was confident in her abilities, but not necessarily in her voice. And throughout the course of our relationship, we made progress, and it was lovely. But what blew me away was at the end of our mentoring journey, she was asked if she would like to do a presentation at a celebration event. Right. And she actually got up and spoke in front of a full room of people, most of whom she'd never met, and spoke about her experience and how her confidence had grown and how she knew what she wanted to do. And I'll be honest, I was in full-blown tears. I was so proud and so happy. And it was just wonderful to see that progression from a girl who would never have dared being the person who put her hand up in a class to then going and doing a speech was really phenomenal.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So what are the needs? What things, how could people help you be even more successful?
There's a range of ways. So we're a charity. We're always looking to partner with local companies, whether that be through supporting us with services, or ideally providing us with volunteer mentors. So it's wonderful when we can go into a company and present, and a whole host of women sign up from one business. Sharing our campaigns on all social media platforms, getting our voice out there. We're not just about the mentoring, we're also about advocacy as well. We're in a unique position that we have a lot of anecdotal information from these young girls, and we understand a lot of what they're going through, and we very much want to help their voice be heard. Mm-hmm. So sharing those campaigns, sharing our stories, it really does get the message out there. Yeah. And just the schools as well. So schools getting in touch with us and giving us the opportunity to explain what we can do for them. And the more girls we can help, the better, basically. And the more schools we're involved with in the Northeast, the better.
That's fantastic. So how many young people do you think you're actually working with in the Northeast at the moment, and how many would you like to work with?
Crikey. So just in the Northeast, it depends, because we kind of have seasons, but at the moment I'm working with around 80 girls in the Northeast. Across the UK every year it's well over 1,000 girls, but we're always looking to grow that and help more.
Right. So what's your vision then in 5 years' time or 10 years' time?
The vision for the charity is to keep growing, is to reach out to more areas. There are girls across the country that need our help, and the more we can expand into those areas, the better. And also, as I mentioned before, is the long-term goal is to really become a voice for these girls and to use the relationships that we build up to really inform decisions that actually impact teenage girls in this country. And that is a long-term goal, but it's probably one of the most exciting as well. But it's also to create this loop and this network of women that each other can rely on. So these girls come through as mentees, they become mentors, they become ambassadors, and it's just to create a really strong unity, and have women supporting women, basically, and knowing that they've got that support for life, I think is really, really important. A lot of the girls will start off saying that their biggest barrier that they believe is lack of confidence, and quite often confidence comes from experience. So that's why we try to give them those experiences and those different relationships and open up their world, so that they can see the opportunities and be confident enough to take them. At the moment, we're seeing a big barrier. All of our program has been transferred to virtual because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And a big barrier at the moment is technology. So just as a lot of girls are struggling with doing home learning, it also impacts their ability to attend their mentoring sessions or to make the most of any opportunities that come up virtually. And that's definitely a barrier at the moment. A lot of our girls are doing wonderful with it, but not everybody has unlimited internet or access to a device that lends itself to the kind of conversation that we're having right now. And so, there's multiple barriers, but one that really sticks out for me at the moment is that kind of technological one.
Yeah. Great. So how do people contact you and sign up?
So you can go on our website, and there's loads more information on there about all the different ways you can get involved. You can contact myself. My email address is also on there if anybody in the Northeast would like to come on board as a mentor. And then follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and it's just a really good way of seeing what we're doing. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. That's great. I hope this interview will help engage more mentors for you. It's a fantastic opportunity, and really I wish you every success. So thank you very much. Thanks. Okay, bye.